Hey everybody, Jed Demlow with Jed Demlow Productions coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be a tutorial Wednesday. I've been super busy producing demos and records for clients. Very grateful for that. This track that you're listening to right now is a demo that I just did for a songwriter named Shane Grove from Ohio. Today I just wanted to show everybody real quick how I get like really good drum sounds quickly. Somebody sends me, like a drum track. Let me just show you this right here. I got this drum track for a demo, and there's nothing wrong with the drums. They sound good. They were recorded in a room that's just kind of okay. So sometimes you'll get drums, from a client or somebody that you're working with, that either, the drums don't sound fantastic, they weren't recorded, amazingly well, and you want to get them sounding good really quick. So I want to show you how I do it. Now, I do have Superior Drummer 3. And if you're a producer or you're looking to be a producer, you're just getting into the game, I would suggest that you just go out and get Superior Drummer 3. It's fantastic. It's huge bang for the buck. It's probably the best sounding, one of the best sounding drum VIs that you can buy. And I just love it. And it comes with this thing called Tracker, which I'm going to show you how I use it. Now, okay, so I've got Tracker pulled up here, and I'm just going to go over here to these multi-tracks that the drummer sent me, and I'm just going to take the kick and just drag it right in, and it processes it and says it's analyzing it. So we got the kick in there. I'm going to do the same thing with the snare. Okay, these are the parts that I'm just going to show you quickly. You can drag all of the parts in, but mainly I usually just do kick, snare, hi-hat, and hopefully they've got really good sounding toms and overheads, and a lot of times you end up doing the toms too. Okay, so once you get all of your tracks pulled into the tracker that you want to go ahead and convert into MIDI or into the drums they're here within a Superior Drummer, which these things sound great. Okay, so we'll go to Tracker here, and let's just solo the kick. Now, when this is turned to the left, you're hearing the original track. If I turn it all the way to the right, now we're just hearing the Superior Drummer kick. You can see it playing here. Okay, so that's cool. Now let's go and add the snare. So here we can hear the original snare. If I turn it all the way to the right, now we have the Superior Drummer snare. So now we would be able to see the kick and the snare playing if we look at it. You have to turn Tracker on and get it started. Then you can go see it. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is take a look at the hi-hat. So here's his original hi-hat. And here's going to be the Superior Drummer hi-hat. Now, what you want to do on something like this is you need to go down and make sure that what you have highlighted here, it says cymbals. I want it to be hi-hat. Okay, so let's switch it to hi-hat. And now I'm actually going to get the hi-hat. So usually it will detect exactly what it is, but when it's something that could be kind of wishy-washy, like a snare or a crash or an overhead or hi-hat, you have to tell it exactly what it is so that it knows. Okay, so now I've got all Superior Drummer sounds, and they do sound really good. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go over here to export. I'm going to click on export. I'm going to come up here to all tracks combined. So you could just pull in the kick, snare, hi-hat separately if you just wanted to do one thing for, whatever your production needs are. But for me today, I'm going to grab all tracks combined and I'm going to pull them right in and just click add MIDI, pull it all the way to the left there. So I got that going on now. You can see it's playing my Superior Drummer kit. Now, I really like this kit. It sounds great. But what I want to show you today is something that I use to get my drums sounding really good really quickly. So if we go to here, I can now grab that that MIDI track, and I can just pull it right up into one of these tracks. So now I have this MIDI up here in this track, and what I have put on that track is the Mario Duplantier drum kit, and this is made by a company called MivWave, MixWave, and these are fantastic drums. You can hear right away. The room sounds great. Everything sounds great. So it's going to take me a lot less time getting this sounding great quickly. And that's a big thing for me. I mean, if I'm having to crank out a demo a day or two, you got to be able to work fast. And this saves me a lot of time. Now, when you got to go to settings and make sure that, because when it's on default, it'll play the wrong notes. So this came from Superior Drummer. So we want to make sure we set it to Superior Drummer. Okay. So now let me make sure the Superior Drummer is muted so we're not hearing that too. Let's take a listen. Those drums sound big and fat. I'm going to have to do minimal EQing on the kick and the snare already. Now, I can hear that there's some weird stuff going on in there. There's some little hits that I don't want to be in there. So you see these little light blue ones? You're going to want to go in and just take those out. And it only takes a minute. There's usually not a ton of them. And when you get them out, it'll sound perfect. So let me just do this much real quick. You can't highlight the whole thing and get them out because some of them you do want to be in there. Okay, but those little teeny tiny ones there, we're gonna want those to be gone. Okay, so that's good on that. And anything else that you might get that's kind of weird that you hear, you can always move the note to where it needs to be. Okay, see these little hi-hats so we can hear? Those open hi-hats? I don't want those to be there. I want them to be down here with the rest of the hi-hats. And I can tell by looking at this that there's not, other than the blue ones there's not a whole lot of other stuff that I would have to clean up. But you go through and you take a listen to it real quick. It sounds great. Now, maybe those snares, let's get control of those. If you come over here to the note D, you can hit Command and click it, and that will give you all of the snares. Then if we right-click on the snares and hit Velocity, I can set them all to 95%, and now they're all going to hit the same. So it's like having a compressor already on it. Now you can go in and change this stuff later if you want to. But that gives me, really good control of it quickly. Okay, so now what I want to do is I've got another track pulled up here. So if I want my drums to be even bigger, I can hold Option, pull this MIDI down to this next track that I have here. And this is the Thomas Pridgeon drums. Pridgeon, I think is how you say that. I've got it on the big and roomy setting, and you can tell these drums sound fantastic. Just huge. So I'm going to pull them all the way out, and I'll bring them in here just a little bit. Bring it up. Here's nothing. Bring it in. Start again. Out. In. You can hear how great that sounds already. So that's cool. Again, I haven't had to EQ anything yet. I haven't had to compress anything. Those drums sound really good. Now, sometimes I'll go ahead like I have here, and I'll pull the overheads in that the drummer gave me because they sound good. Let me bring in the overhead bus here. Now I've got his cymbals. I've got his hi-hat too. And I can mix that in as I want to. But you can hear that kick and that snare. They are just slamming already. So that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope that helps somebody out there. Now, you do have to have Superior Drummer 3. And you do have to have, some drum libraries or VIs like this. I love this Mario Duplantier. It's by MivWave. And the Thomas Pridgeon drums. I love those too. And you can see them right here. So I highly recommend checking that out if you're looking to get slamming drums really quickly. This is a very easy, fast way that you can do it. Once again, I am a country music producer in Nashville, Tennessee. I have a large top lining track library available for songwriters that lean more towards the country genre. So check that out at Jed Demlow Productions. I thank everybody for watching. Please leave your comments or questions that you might have about this down below. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep going on this stuff. And I'll be talking to everybody again real soon.